Hey! Greetings and love. Welcome to tonight's class. And tonight we're going to be doing a spring Yin Yoga class focusing on the wood element with the the liver and the Gallbladder Meridian lines. We'll also be looking at the Urinary Bladder Meridian lines and working with the deep fascia and our spine tonight. So if you have backache, we'll be working with that. So the liver meridian line, I'm just going to show you the liver meridian line. Let me just put a light on. Okay. The liver meridian line starts from the inside of the toe, comes up the inside of the foot, inside our legs, up to here and ends here. The gallbladder meridian lines starts at the second big toe, comes up the outside of the leg, zigzags, comes up the side, zigzags, up over our head, and ends on our forehead. We'll also be touching on the urinary bladder because we're working with the spine. Thank you for the hearts. The urinary bladder starts at the second big toe, comes down the outside of the foot, zigzags up the side of the body. No, it doesn't. Comes out the second toe, comes around the back, and comes up the back of the body, zigzags, up over the shoulders, up over the head, and ends at our third eye. Okay, so greetings. Let's begin. So finding yourself in a comfortable position, sitting on a block or sitting on a chair. If you're sitting on a block, make sure that your sitting bones are forward and you're on top of the sitting bones so that your knees are slightly lower than your hips. And let's begin. So greetings each and every one. I'm going to begin with the grounding. It's a very gentle meditative class. We will be using gentle ujjayi breath tonight. So let's begin. So if you're sitting on a chair, remember not to cross your legs because we want the energy and the blood flow to be able to flow smoothly. So taking a nice deep breath in through the nose as we lengthen the spine, lengthen the back of the neck, lightly tuck the chin, relax the jaw on the exhale. So we're going to just exhale through the mouth. Nice deep inhale, lengthening the crown of the head up to the sky. And exhale, relaxing the shoulders. Exhale out of the mouth. Relaxing the shoulders down and away from the ears. Now taking a deep inhale into our belly, into the abdomen as far as you can. And on the exhale, send that breath down the legs into the feet. Deeply relax the buttocks, the legs, and the feet into the earth. Now focus on a big inhalation into your root chakra at the base of your spine. Taking a deep breath into the root chakra as far as you can. And exhale, imagine growing roots down, connecting to the earth's energies. Connecting to the tree of life, our true self. Now we're taking a last deep breath in into our heart center. Exhale, sending the breath down the arms, into the hands and the fingers. Relaxing the arms and the hands. The face is relaxed. The body is still as we ground into this moment. So we're just going to do some nice deep breaths. We're going to inhale, counting to 5. Pause. So we pause at the end of the inhalation. Exhale, counting to 5. Inhale through the nose. Pause. Exhale, counting to 5. And again. Pause. Exhale, counting to 5 and pause. Pause. And another deep breath in, counting to 5. Pause. And exhale, counting to 5. Now just observe your breath as you breathe in. Observe the belly and the heart rise. The body lengthens as you breathe in. And the body contracts down as you exhale, being aware of the body rhythm movement with the breath. Now being aware of the sensation of the breath through the nose. The air, how does the air feel as you breathe in? And the air as you breathe out. Being aware of the space around you. The air passing through. Deeply begin to listen. Listening to the breath. Listen to the sound of your breath. Being aware of any sounds that's just conceivable in the distance. Being aware of what your mind is doing. Is the mind here with the breath, or is the mind somewhere else? Bringing the mind back into our bodies, within, into the breath. Being aware of what emotions we're feeling right now. And remember, our thoughts can affect our emotions. Just allowing whatever is there in this moment to be there. Being aware of our physical bodies. We might feel some pain somewhere in our body. Just breathing into that. Soften, soothe, allowing whatever is here right now to be as it is the end of suffering, living in the mind. Feeling the energy, the aliveness in the feet and the legs, the aliveness in the breath. As we float into our spirit, deep within. We're going to be doing some gentle ujjayi breath. Remember, we inhale into the heart, constructing the throat so it sounds like the ocean. So we inhale into the heart, making the sound of the ocean, and we exhale from the abdomen. Let's just practice that. Inhale through the nose, Ujjayi breath. And exhale from the abdomen. And again, inhale into the heart through the nose, if you can, or breathe through the mouth until you can get the sound through the nose. And slight pauses at the end of the inhalation and the end of the exhalation, and exhale from the abdomen. We're going to be using gentle Ujjayi throughout the practice. The wood element is associated with spring, and the liver and the gallbladder is associated with the wood element. So we're working those meridian lines and working with the deep fascia tissues within the muscles to release them, to release any pain in the body. Now we're here, we let go of everything. Let go of our mind. Let go of what's happened today. I've had quite a lot going on today and I could feel myself getting a bit stressed. And we let it go. Just let it go. It does not serve us. Allow this moment. Be here in this beautiful moment of life. Let go of all worldly things that do not serve us. We're going to start now with a warm up. So inhale, lengthening the spine. On the exhale, taking the right ear over to the right shoulder, gentle Ujjayi. Inhale into the chest, bringing the head back to center. Exhaling from the abdomen, gentle Ujjayi, taking the left ear to the left shoulder, feeling that stretch down the side of the neck. We can hold a lot of tension in our neck and shoulders. Inhale back to center. Let's do some head circles, nice and slow. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder, bringing the head around and down to the left shoulder. Inhale, bringing the head around the back until the right ear meets the right shoulder. Now we're going to inhale, bringing the head up around the back, going the other way. Left ear to left shoulder. Exhale, down and round until we get to the right ear to the right shoulder. And inhale, bringing the head back to center. Inhale, bringing the arms up overhead. Inhale into the heart. Exhale, placing your right hand by your right buttock and bringing the arm over to the right, stretching, feeling that stretch on the left side. Our gallbladder meridian. Inhale, Ujjayi back to center. Exhale, pressing the left hand by the left buttock. Inhale, bringing up the right hand and bringing it over, stretching that right side of the body. Our gallbladder meridian. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, bringing the arm back down. And we're just going to do some circles with the hips. So we inhale, bringing our hips back and down to the right, and exhale down and round over to the left. Inhale up, around the back, over to the right, exhale down and round. And then when we get to the back, we're going to go over to the left, exhaling down and round, over to the right. So we're kind of doing circles with our upper body, just warming up our waist and gallbladder meridian and the inside of our legs, the liver meridian. And when you're ready, we're going to remove the block as we move into our first yin pose. So the first yin pose is the butterfly. So you might want a cushion, a flat cushion, sitting on the end of the cushion. Okay. Bringing the feet together and the legs, the knees, just let them drop out to the side. Now, you can stay like this if that's okay for you. But if you can, we're going to gently pull ourselves forward. Now, you can take your feet further out, okay, and pull forward, or keep them really tucked in, and that's going to give you a deeper stretch. But whatever is comfortable for you. Now, you can use the block to rest on like this, or take it that way. You can put it on the inside of your legs, inside of your feet. Whatever is comfortable for you. And we're going to hold the pose so that we can deeply work. This is working our liver on the inside of our legs and the groin, and it's also working our spine, the urinary bladder that comes up the spine, the meridian lines. So let's find our edge. Our edge is where we know we can hold it, but we don't go any further if there's pain. So if you go too far and you're feeling pain, we ease out of it. Okay, so getting yourselves into position, tucking the chin. If you want to use your block, that's okay. Or if you just want to place your hands down, let's get into position. Okay, the chin is tucked. You found your edge where you can't go any further. And now we begin to settle in to our yin butterfly pose. And remember, this is working our deep fascia tissues within the groin, spine, and the meridian lines in the body, our energy, our chi. That if we don't use these facial muscles, become tight and create pain in the body, in the muscle. We usually think it's muscular pain, but a lot of the time it's to do with the deep fascia tissue. So gentle ujjayi. As we settle in now, we hold the pose in stillness. Inhale gentle ujjayi through the nose. Exhale, relax in the jaw. The chin is tucked onto the chest. Relax in the face. Inhale into the heart, gentle ujjayi. Exhale from the abdomen, ujjayi breath. Gently relax the shoulders down from the ears. Inhale into the heart. Ujjayi, gentle Ujjayi breath. Sound of the ocean. On the exhale, take that breath down the spine where you feel the stretch in the spine, in the Gallbladder Meridian. Inhale into the heart center, sound of the ocean, Ujjayi breath. And this time, exhale into where you feel the stretch in your inner legs, in the inner groin area, our liver meridian line. And just gentle Ujjayi, inhaling into the heart, exhaling from the abdomen. As we sit here, being aware of the meridian lines in the inner legs and the spine, which is where you will feel the stretch. And Yin is a beautiful practice because we need the balance of Yin. The Yang is all go, 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 doing, doing, doing. The Yin is being, connecting with our inner being. You might find that the body is beginning to release as we open up, and you're able to go deep into the stretch. But just keep as still as you can and gently open up a little bit more if the body allows it. You don't want to feel any pain, any pinching. Taking a nice Ujjayi breath now into the heart. Exhaling from the spine. As we observe our body, we're connecting without the feeling of our body, the inner energy. In stillness, silence, mindfulness. Feeling the pores begin to release and deepen. Feeling the aliveness in the inner body. Asking the question, who am I? Am I this body? Am I this mind? Or is it deeper? And in this world today, everybody thinks that we always have to be doing, go, go, go. We need this time for stillness, balance, and just being, to balance out the energy, to connect with our inner being, to quiet the mind from all the worldly distractions. One more deep breath. Inhale Ujjayi into the heart. Exhale from the abdomen. When you're ready, very gently as you inhale, using your hands, bring yourself back up to sitting. Well done. Bringing your knees up together, taking out your legs, just giving them a little shake. And inhale, point the toes, and using your hands at the back, lift up your chest, lift up the gaze. And the exhale, point the feet, flex the feet, chin to chest. Inhale, point the teeth, lift up the chest, lift up the heart. Exhale, flex the feet, chin to chest. One more. So that was really working the liver and the spine, meridian line, gallbladder. So now we're going to do caterpillar. So you need your cushion again. And we're going to sit on the end of the cushion so that it slightly tilts our buttocks forward. And this is also a yang pose. We're in yang, we call it sitting forward bend, but we kind of curl our back round or keep the spine straight. But this time we're just going to very gently curl the spine as we come forward down. And we can have our hands, palms up, palms down. And we're just going to go down as far as we can, chin to chest. Now, if you want to use a cushion or a bolster or a rolled up blanket here, you can get your bolster here and you can just rest over the bolster like that. If that's easier for you, a rolled up blanket, cushion, a bolster, and just rest over it. Or you can actually, if it's too much on your spine, you can just lift it up like that and just sit like this, okay? Or you can use your block, 2 blocks, and just rest your forehead on the block if you can. So let's move into our edge. Taking a nice ujjayi breath into the heart center. Making that constrained sound in the throat like the sound of the ocean. Exhale, begin to roll the spine down. If you need to keep it up straight on a bolster, that's okay. Round down as far as you can. Tucking the chin on the chest or lying on the bolster. Palms up to receive. And when you found the edge that you can't go any further, this is where we stop. This is the edge. That if you went any further, you would create pain in the body. And so now we begin to, once you've got the edge, move into stillness. Taking a deep ujjayi breath into the nose. Exhaling from the abdomen. Deeply relax into the caterpillar. Now this is working the gallbladder meridian line that comes up the back of the legs and the back of the spine, over the shoulders, the neck, over the top of the head, and hence on the forehead. That's the urinary bladder, the gallbladder is at the side. So now we're in stillness,
And a lot of people think that if we're not doing um, yang yoga, that this isn't beneficial. This is a very healing practice that is working within. We need the balance of the yin and the yang. Inhale into the nose, ujjayi. On the exhale, deeply relax the face, relax the jaw. The chin is slightly tucked on the upper chest. Inhale. On the exhale, deeply relax the shoulders. Relax the arms and the hands into beingness. Inhale, ujjayi, gentle ujjayi. Exhale, sending the breath down the spine, into the root chakra, the base of the spine. We're grounding into the earth with our buttocks and our root chakra. Inhale, ujjayi. Exhale, sending the breath down the legs and the feet. The ujjayi, the pranayama breath, which helps us to really quiet the mind and bring us in to this moment. And the mind might come in and start saying what you need to do, this isn't working, whatever. Just observe what comes and goes. Don't get caught up in it. Come back into the breath, into this moment, into your deep healing. Ujjayi breath into the heart, making the sound. Exhaling from the abdomen. You might find that you're able to draw even deeper as the body begins to release. Affirmation, I allow myself to soften. I allow myself to be present, to nurture my soul. And maybe able to feel the stretch from the back of the legs. And this being able to go deeper into the stretch is a sign that we're releasing tight fascia muscles within, fascia tissue within the muscle. 3 more breaths. Inhale, ujjayi into the heart. Exhaling from the abdomen. 2 more breaths. One more breath. Inhale into the heart. Exhale from the abdomen. And on the inhale, gently with your hands, roll yourself back up nice and slowly. You don't want to pull any muscles in our back. Well done. Well done. We're now going to move into the Sphinx pose, which is one of my favourite. And this one, it works with the kidney and the urinary bladder. So the urinary bladder is up the back, and the kidney is on the inner and the inner legs, the inner thighs, the groin. So we come on to our bellies. Just move this back a bit so you can see me. That's it. Okay. So we move on to our bellies. Okay. And we bring our hands together and we just hold the pose like this. Now, if that's too much for your spine, get your bolster cushion and you can just lie over it so that we're still getting a stretch in that lower spine, which is working the urinary bladder. Okay, the urinary bladder is associated with water, but I'm touching on this one tonight because we're doing some spinal work. So if that's enough for you, then you use your bolster, rolled up blanket, cushion, and just hold the pose like that. But if you want, if you can, bring our hands together in prayer. All the 10 toes are on the floor. The abdomen is on the mat. The chin is lightly tucked, so the neck is lengthened. So finding which position is best for you, the bolster or this one, as we find what is comfortable and move into stillness. This is a beautiful one because if you think about it, we stand a lot or we sit a lot and our spine is curving round. So we need this pose along with the Yang Bhujangasana to keep our spine flexible and bend it back the other way. So now we should be at our edge where we feel that that's okay. And if you want to go deeper with this and that's not enough, you can actually bend your knees and bring your feet together and you'll find that you create a deeper stretch in that lower spine. Whatever is good for you, you either keep the legs down, I'm going to bring mine up to create a deeper stretch, or lying over your bolster. Let's be still. Taking a deep breath into the nose, Ujjayi, the sound of the ocean. Exhale, relaxing the chin towards the chest. The neck is lengthened. Relaxing the jaw. Inhale Ujjayi into the heart. Exhale, relaxing the shoulders, the arms, the hands. Inhale. And send the breath to where you feel the stretch in the spine. And the urinary bladder meridian line. Inhale. Exhale, gentle ujjayi, sending the breath down the abdomen, the buttocks, the hip. Inhale into the heart, ocean breath. Exhale, sending the breath down the legs and the feet. You should be able to feel pinch, slight pinch. That's okay in the lower spine as long as there's no pain. If it's painful, come out and lie on the bolster or the loaded blanket cushion. Inhale, remember to keep upright. You might start to just notice I've started to kind of sink down. Lift yourself back up on your elbows, keeping that neck in line with the spine so we're not putting any stress on our neck. Inhale, gentle sound of the ocean, ujjayi breath into the heart, lengthening. Exhaling from the abdomen. Observing what's coming and going in the mind. You might be thinking about what you're going to make for dinner after or what you need to do. Just watch it. Don't get caught up in it. Like a cloud, just let it float by in the sky. And bring your attention back within the body, back to the breath, back to this moment. 3 more breaths. Inhale into the heart, lengthening. Exhaling from the lower spine. Taking that breath down the spine. Inhale. Taking the exhale down the spine. 1 more breath. Exhale. Now, taking the legs down. If you want it, you can stay there as we are. Or if you want to take this deeper, taking the hands at the side of your shoulders, we're going to straighten our hands and come up into sail. This is giving us a deeper stretch in the spine. Inhale into the heart, or stay where you are if this is too much. We're just going to do 5 deep breaths here. All 10 toes are on the floor. The abdomen stays on the floor. The arms are straight, lifting up the gaze as we do 5 deep breaths in the sail, really working that meridian line, the urinary bladder along the back of the spine. Inhale, ujjayi into the heart. Exhale from the abdomen. Inhale into the heart, ujjayi, lengthening, lifting up. Exhaling into the spine. 3 more breaths. Inhale into the heart, ujjayi. Exhaling from the spine where you feel the stretch. 2 more breaths. One more. Well done.
And what we're going to do here is we're going to come up onto our hands and knees, on the tabletop. I'm just going to do some spine stretches here, cat and cow. So inhale, bringing the belly towards the mat, lifting up the head, lifting up the chest. Exhale, curling the spine, bringing the chin to chest, arching the spine like a bridge. Inhale, Ujjayi, bringing the belly button towards the floor, lifting up the head. Exhale, arching the spine, bringing the chin to chest. One more. Inhale, back to tabletop. As we move now back into child's pose, so opening up your knees and coming down to sit on your heels. If that's too much, you could get a cushion to put under your buttocks, sit on a cushion or a bolster if that's more comfortable. We spread our fingers out, up on our fingertips, forehead on the mat, and we're going to just hold it here. You might want to put a bolster under you or a thicker cushion. Or if the knees are tender, you can put a cushion under your knees, okay? So if you want to use a bolster like that, that's okay. So let's settle into child's pose, which is working the spine, the urinary bladder, and it's also working the liver, the inner groin. So keeping hands outstretched if you can, forehead on the mat. Feeling the stretch in the inner legs, the top of the inner legs, inner groin. This is our liver meridian line. Inhale. Exhale, deeply relax. Finding your edge and holding it in stillness now. Inhale into the heart. Feel the abdomen and the spine expand. Exhale, deeply relax down. Buttocks on the heels. Relaxed into the pose. This is also working our long meridian on the inner, the lines on the inner arms. Inhale. Gentle Ujjayi. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, relax in the forehead, the third eye, relax in the face, relax in the jaw. If it gets too much with your arms outstretched, you can bend them and just bring them to your side. You're still going to get that stretch on the inner groin, the liver meridian, and on the spine, the urinary bladder. Whatever is comfortable for you. If the hands are outstretched, we're also working the long meridian. Gentle Ujjayi, breathing in through the nose into the heart. Exhale down the spine. Inhale, Ujjayi, into the heart.
Exhaling into the abdomen. Relaxing the torso, relaxing the belly. Inhale into the heart. Exhale into the top of the inner legs, the inner groin area, the liver meridian. Feel the stretch begin to deepen and the fascia begin to release so you can deepen into the pores. Asking the question, who am I? Inhale. Exhale into the legs and the feet. Deeply connecting with our inner body, our spirit, our energy, our chi, our prana, life force. Working with our energy lines, releasing deep fascia tissue. 3 more breaths. Inhale into the nose, into the heart. Ujjayi. Exhaling from the abdomen. 2 more breaths. One more breath. And when you're ready, bringing the arms down to the side, placing your hands by your head if they're not already there. And as we inhale, we gently, using our hands, push ourselves back up nice and gently. Oh, coming onto our buttocks. I can feel that in my inner groin, in the liver meridian. Taking the legs out, we do some windscream just to release those legs. So we take them over to the left, like a windscreen wipers, and then over to the right. Oh, that's nice. That feels so good. I've actually fallen in love with Yin Yoga. The next class we'll do a Hatha Vinyasa flow so that we're alternating between the Yin and the Yang. And then the class after that will be a deep working on the pranayama, meditation, mindfulness, and the bandhas where we lock our energy to release it around the body where it's needed. Well done. So now we're going to move into the banana pose. The banana is a lovely pose. So the banana is really working the gallbladder, our lines on the outer sides of our legs, up the side of our body, up, and then we have lots of lines coming up the side of the head, down to the top of our eyes. So the banana, we're going to lie flat on our back. Okay. Taking our arms overhead and clasping either our elbows or our hands. You see me? Yep. So taking the left foot over to the left and then moving our body, top body, our upper body over to the left. And then bringing that right foot beside that left foot so that we're kind of making like a curve with our body, like a banana. And this is really working the gallbladder meridian up the side of our body,
Now you can just leave that right foot by the left foot, or if you want to deepen the stretch, take that right foot and lock it over the left ankle. And then we've got a curve like a banana coming up, working this gallbladder on our right side. So if it's too much locking the legs, just keep that right leg next to the left foot. If you want to deepen it, lock that foot in. So finding your edge now, what is comfortable for you. And if it's too much, you could keep your hands by your side, but you're not going to get that stretch. So try and clasp your hands above your head to really work this gallbladder meridian line on the side of our body. And so we begin now, finding our edge, settling in, and then we move into stillness. Inhale into the nose, gentle ujjayi. Exhaling from the abdomen. Relax in the face, relax in the jaw. The neck is relaxed, no tension in the neck. And we're also working our lung meridian on the inner arms. Inhale into the heart, gentle ujjayi. Exhale, relax the shoulders, relax the neck, relax the arms where we can hold tension. Sometimes when a thought comes in, we can tense our bodies without even realizing it. Because thoughts create emotions, create reactions within the body. Inhale, gentle ujjayi breath into the heart. And exhale, sending it down that right side of the body where we feel the stretch. Inhale into the heart. Exhale into the abdomen, the hips. Beautiful stretch this. Inhale. Exhale, sending the breath down the legs and the feet. Being aware of the movement of the body as you inhale. The belly rises. And as you exhale, it falls back down. Asking the question, who am I? Am I this body? Am I this thinking mind? Or am I deeper? And a lot of people find it hard to just be still like this. We need that balance of the yin and the yang. Mindfulness, to be aware of our mind and our thinking. Be still and know I am God. While we're also deeply working within our fascia tissue and our energy meridian line. So 3 more deep breaths. Inhale into the heart, gentle ujjayi.
Exhaling from the abdomen. Deeply relaxing. Inhale. Exhaling down the right side of Gallbladder Meridian. One last breath. Releasing the arms, bringing the upper body back to center, releasing the legs, and just lying here in Shavasana as we take a deep breath, feeling the effects of that banana stretch. Inhale. Exhale out of the mouth, deep exhale. As we relax into this moment. We're going to move onto the other side. This is our last yin pose for tonight before we move into Shavasana. Some pranayama breath and medi before we finish. So we're going to move onto the other side now. So taking your right leg out to the side, moving your upper body, torso over to the right, clasping your hands and bringing your left foot either side of your right foot or locking that ankle, left ankle over the right ankle. So whatever is comfortable for you, finding your position, finding your edge. And we're working the left side now, the Gallbladder Meridian line on the left side of the body. As we settle in into stillness. If it's too much, just leave the left foot by the side of the right foot. If you want to go deeper, lock that left foot over the right foot. So inhale, gentle ujjayi into the heart. Exhale from the abdomen. Ujjayi, relax in the jaw, relax in the face. We can hold tension in our jaw without realizing it. Sometimes we can be thinking something and that thought can affect the tension in our body without us even knowing. Inhale into the heart. Exhale, sending the breath down, relax in the shoulders, relax in the arms and the hands. And if the mind might have wandered off, just observe. Be the silent watcher. Observe what's going on. Gently bring it back to the breath, to our inner being. Don't let your mind wander off to somewhere else, for we are here now, in this moment, being aware and awake to our true self. Gentle ujjayi into the heart. Sending the breath down the outer side, the left side, the Gallbladder Meridian, where we feel in the stretch. Taking the breath into the heart. Sending the breath down the legs and the feet. Deeply listening to what's here and now. Listening to the gentle sound of the Ujjayi breath. As we deeply release the fascia tissue along the gallbladder, the meridian line, revitalizing our energy centers. Gentle Ujjayi into the heart. Sending the breath into the abdomen. Who am I? This is our true self when we are in this stillness with a quiet mind in the present moment. This is who we truly are. Spirit. And wow, doesn't it feel beautiful? Just to let go of all the worldly things and to just be in this pure stillness. Peace. 3 more breaths. Inhale into the heart. Exhaling from the abdomen. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Releasing the lock on the hands. Releasing the feet if they're locked. Bringing the legs back to center. Bringing the upper body back to center as we move into Shavasana. So the arms, the spine is straight, the neck is lightly tucked onto the chest. You might want to put a blanket over you or some socks on now as we move into our Shavasana, our relaxation. The feet flopping away from each other, space between the feet and the legs. The spine is straight, the root chakra is grounded. Space between the arms and the body, palms turned up, fingers gently curled. The neck is long and the chin is lightly tucked on the chest. Making sure the shoulders are down and away from the ears. We let go of Ujjayi breath now as we just do deep inhalation and exhalation through the nose. Now we're doing the water element, which is linked to the gallbladder and the liver meridians. We touched on the urinary bladder tonight because we were working with the spine. So we're doing the wood element associated with spring. So I want you to imagine you're in a forest, a wood, a forest with lots of trees. As we connect to the wood of the tree bark, the tree stumps, connecting to the tree of life, the spirit, the breath of life, the universe, the Almighty. Taking a deep breath in, expanding the chest, and on the exhale, making sure the chin is lightly tucked to the chest and the shoulders are down away from the ears. I want you to imagine you're surrounded by these beautiful trees. And as you look up, you can see the glistening of the sun coming through the treetops, the branches of the tree. As you feel the love and the oxygen coming from the trees that give us the breath of life. So bringing now into your awareness your toes, moving from the big toe down to the little toe. And deeply relaxing the toes into the earth. All around there is the roots of the tree. As we connect with nature, who we truly are, not meant for this materialistic world, for we are nature. Breathing into the soles of the feet, being in the forest, the ankles, the tops of the feet. On the exhale, deeply relaxing the feet, rooted into the earth like a tree. Now taking the breath into the lower legs, ankles, calves, the shins. On the exhale, let go. Let the lower legs and the feet sink into the tree. Now breathing into the front of the knee, the back of the knee, and the thighs, the outer, the inner, the front and the back of the upper thighs, the tops of the leg. Imagine them like tree trunks, grounded into the earth. As we exhale deeply, let the legs sink heavier and heavier, like the tree, just into beingness. Taking the breath into the abdomen, letting the abdomen expand as far as you can. And on the exhale, deeply ground the root chakra down into the earth's energies. We'll do a yogic breath here. You breathe into the abdomen, hold the breath as you take the breath into the ribs, up into the upper chest in one breath, and we exhale from the upper chest, the heart, the ribs, and the abdomen. Taking a breath into the lower abdomen, the belly, carrying the breath up into the ribs, up into the upper chest, and exhale down the upper chest, the ribs, and the abdomen. Feeling the air, the breath coming from the tree of life. Breathing into the lower abdomen, the lower spine, the root chakra at the base of the spine. We're going to do the same here. Breathing into the lower spine, taking the breath up to the middle, up to the top of the neck, and then in one breath, and then we exhale down. Inhale into the lower spine. Taking the breath up to the middle of the spine, the upper back of the neck, and exhale down the upper spine, the middle and the lower as you grow those roots, connecting to the roots of the tree. Beingness, stillness, who we truly are. We're not meant for a chaotic, greedy, materialistic world that destroys nature fully. That is the madness of the mind. Now taking the breath into the fingers. Fingers are gently curled into the palm. Feeling the aliveness in the hands, the thumbs, the palms of the hands, the back of the hands, which are the branches of the tree, the legs of the tree stump, the arms of the branches. Taking a deep breath into the palms of the hands. And the exhale, deeply relaxing the hands down into the earth. Taking the breath into the wrists, lower arms and both arms, and the upper branch, the upper arm. On the exhale, deeply relax both arms and hands and fingers into beingness, into stillness. Imagining that tree above you, gently swaying in the breeze. The birds are singing. The sun is glistening through the treetops. Breathing now into the shoulders, big breath into the shoulders, which is the top of the tree, the top of the tree stump. Exhale, deeply relax the shoulders down, making sure they're down and away from the ears. Breathing into the back of the neck, the sides of the neck, and the throat area, our throat chakra, our creativity. And when we're in this inner stillness, our creativity flows. The more conscious we are, with a quiet mind, the more the creativeness flows, which we are, the creativeness of the Almighty. Taking the breath into the back of the head, the top of the head, the forehead. The forehead is wide, softening the temples at the side of the forehead. Focusing on the third eye in the center of the eyebrow. Knowing the truth. This is our true being. Quiet mind connected to our inner being. Spirit, heart. Relaxing the jaw, the tongue is at the bottom of the mouth, the lips and teeth are gently apart, the cheeks are soft. Bringing your awareness to the eyebrows, the eyelashes, the eyelids. Now we take a deep breath in, deep behind the eyes, as far as you can. Exhale, mind floating on the breath. Breath leading the mind to the heart. And Just taking a moment as you breathe in and out, just taking a moment to observe how you feel now compared to before we started the class tonight. I can feel it. When you're ready, just bring some movement to your fingers and your toes. As we leave the forest and come back into this space, gently move your head side to side, bringing your arms up over your head if you need to stretch, pointing your toes. You might need to yawn. And rolling over onto your right side, resting your head in your right hand, taking a couple of breaths here to clear our nadi on the left side of the nostril. When you're ready, pushing yourself up with your arms, coming back up to sitting. And that could be sitting on your block, sitting on a cushion, sitting on your chair, on top of your hips, on top of your buttocks, and pushing yourself forward so that your knees are slightly lower than your hips. Well done. We're just going to finish off with some ujjayi breath, pranayama, silent meditation, and that is the class for tonight. I can feel my body is more relaxed, my inner energy is calm. I can feel the effects of the stretch, the asanas, and I so needed this tonight. So we're just going to do lengthening the spine, relaxing the shoulders down, hands up to receive the universal energies as we ground our root chakra into the earth's energies. The chin is lightly tucked, lengthening the back of the neck, gently closing the eyes. We're going to inhale ujjayi, remember the ocean sound, counting to 5 into the heart. We exhale from the abdomen, counting to 5, then we do 5, then we do 6 on the exhale. We keep the inhale the same count. Inhale, counting to 5, into the heart, ujjayi. Pause. Exhale from the abdomen, counting to 5. Inhale into the heart, counting to 5. Exhale from the abdomen, counting to 6. Inhale into the heart, ujjayi, counting to 5. Exhale, pause. Exhale from the abdomen, counting to 7. Inhale into the heart, counting to 5. Exhale from the abdomen, counting to 8. Inhale into the heart, counting to 5. Exhale, pause. Exhale from the abdomen, counting to 7. Inhale, counting to 5 into the heart. Exhale, counting to 6 from the abdomen. Pause. Inhale, counting to 5 into the heart, Ujjayi. Exhale, counting to 5 from the abdomen. Inhale, counting to 4. Exhale, counting to 4 from the abdomen. As we let go of Ujjayi now. Sitting in stillness. Feeling the effects of tonight's class. Our heart. Connecting to the inner energy, connecting to the silence. Feeling the air around, observing inner peace. This is our true self. It's silence, it's stillness, it's awareness and acceptance to all that is here and now. When you're ready, we'll bring our palms to the heart center. Gratitude for breath, for life. Gratitude for the practice, for the teaching. May the practice not only benefit ourselves, but all beings. May all beings be happy and free. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Namaste. Thank you for joining me tonight. Blessings. I'll be back in 2 weeks. It'll probably be a Hatha Vinyasa Yang Yoga class. And then, on the 1st of June, I'm doing a 7-day, 15 to 20 minutes each day, gentle, it's like a challenge for 20 minutes every day, 15 to half an hour, where we'll do pranayama, different breath work, we'll do meditation, we'll do the bandhas, we'll do a little bit of yin, a little bit of yang, hatha, vinyasa, for 7 days, starting on the 1st of June. So I'll keep you posted. Keep an eye on the YouTube channel and Ananda Mindful Yogi, Balance and Heal on Facebook, on my website, which is on the description on my YouTube channel. So thank you for joining me. More love and blessings. Articles gratitude. Thank you for joining me.